We here at GameLinked want you to know that we hear you. You have concerns, feel free to speak them. But I should warn you that this is still a video and I can't respond. Xbox wants to know why game developers hate them. In a post on their game developer blog, Microsoft revealed that Xbox Research, a division typically obsessed with player feedback, is now going to start studying the developer experience. I'm sure it's a total coincidence that two different indie developers made headlines this year for complaining about how Xbox ghosted them for months.
But maybe add that to the research?
The investigation seems to be pretty open-ended, as it isn't just limited to the technical staff of game studios. They also want to know why the secretaries think they suck.
Every time we called the studio, we tried to be really nice to the receptionist.
On top of that, Xbox also wants to hear from studios that aren't publishing games on their platform. I would say that Xbox is taking proactive steps to become a better gaming platform if they were going out and asking game developers what they thought instead of waiting for someone to show up at their door and complain. You'd think Xbox would be incentivized to actively reach out to developers to find out why so many games are becoming inadvertent PS5 exclusives because the developers just don't want to deal with Xbox. Though, to be fair to Xbox, it's possible that developers outside the platform will all give reasons we've heard before: lack of communication, Game Pass potentially reducing game sales, and the Xbox Series S. It's like the film The Usual Suspects, except Kaiser Soze is an underpowered console.
Honestly, way less engaging.
With a really big mole. Over 700,000 people can't wait to play a rip-off game of an alleged rip-off game. That's the number of pre-registrations for Miraibo Go, a PAL-like survival crafting game coming to Android, iOS, and PC. This had led us to wonder, who's going to sue first? Palworld developer Pocket Pair might be upset that Miraibo Go's gameplay looks exactly like if you crossed Palworld with a hot garbage fire, but this includes gameplay elements that are widely suspected to be the reason why Nintendo is suing Pocket Pair. Now take the monster catching, for example, as seen in an official Miraibo Go trailer. If you miss it the first time, don't worry, because the trailer plays the exact same footage twice.
Very convenient.
There's still more reason for Palworld's creators to be upset though. While Miraibo Go's monsters are allegedly called Mira, the pre-registration trailer's description calls them pals twice. To be fair, it is a pal-like. It's literally the game.
Yeah.
Listen, if you really want a PAL-like experience on a mobile platform, maybe just wait for Palworld to come to mobile, because Pocket Pair just signed a deal to let PUBG company Krafton develop a mobile version of the hit game. Ha! The geniuses at Miraibo Go developer Dreamcube didn't need a deal. They saved money by using royalty-free sound effects. Beautiful. Epic Games had their Unreal Fest Seattle event this week, which was full of some actually cool stuff. Many people can't stop talking about Unreal Engine 5.5's Megalights. The experimental feature allegedly allows orders of magnitude more shadow casting light sources to be baked into a scene without a noticeable hit to performance. The demo showed incredible dynamic lighting while running live on a base PS5.
Mark Cerny's just crying. He's like, why won't they buy my PS5 Pro? I talked about it, I moved my arms like this.
That's pretty, I think that's pretty good. For developers who want to take advantage of the new tech, Epic also announced that the royalty for using Unreal Engine will decrease from 5% to 3.5% if you release your game on the Epic Game Store, before or at the same time as other stores. Oh, that's not that bad.
It's almost reasonable.
Now that's all well and good for game devs, but what if you're a hardworking mom trying to limit your child's Fortnite time?
Like me!
Our primary audience. Epic introduced new cross-platform time limit controls and time reporting software, perfect for curbing Timmy's crippling addiction.
He loves them cringe dances.
Epic is going through its own 12-step program by finally admitting its game store's social features suck, and endeavoring to make them better, not just on PC, but also on the new mobile store. I would be thrilled if there was anyone using Epic that I wanted to talk to. I'm playing Alan Wake 2 right now.
But is there anyone there that you want to talk to?
Very alone. If there was anyone, I'd tell them all about our sponsor, iFixit. Their all-new Fix Hub Power series is designed for you to take benchtop power soldering on the go. Do some soldering on the bus. Their smart soldering iron provides 100 watts of power through USB-C, heats up in 5 seconds, and has an easy-to-handle design. It's a benchtop setup wherever you need it, except don't take it on the bus. The 55 watt hours can give you up to 8 hours of soldering without recharging, and since it has 2 USB-C power delivery ports, you can charge something while you work. There's even a soldering toolkit that comes with all the accessories you need to start soldering away right away. It's all up for pre-order now at the link below. I spoke to your father, and he said he's very disappointed in you for not watching enough Quick Bits. So you better pay attention to today's, or he may spank you. In case you missed the pinned comment on our previous episode, Nintendo has allegedly killed Switch emulator Ryujinx. Its death comes months after Nintendo buried rival Switch emulator Yuzu, and unfortunately for us, just hours after we started production on Tuesday's Game Linked, hence the pinned comment. We've been over this. Apparently, Ryujinx's lead developer, GDK-chan, was offered an agreement to stop working on the project by Nintendo. But neither GDK-chan or the House of Mario have confirmed that is the case. All that's certain is you can no longer download the emulator, until presumably someone uploads a fork to a repository somewhere and the DMCA cycle continues.
It's the circle of life.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is getting a new AAA RPG directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Sorry, no, actually. Thank goodness. Actually, it'll be developed by veteran developer Saber Interactive in collaboration with the show's original creators.
And Paramount Game Studios.
The game is still in early development, but the player character is a never-before-seen incarnation of the Avatar from thousands of years prior to the events of the animated series. It's like KOTOR of Avatar, the other one.
Knights of the Old Four Nations.
Avatar has a long but mixed history with video game adaptations, including The Last Airbender, the movie, the game for the Nintendo Wii. But things are currently looking up for fans of small bald children and magic Tai Chi.
That's just Tai Chi.
Starfield's Shattered Space DLC released this week. You may not have noticed due to the overwhelming meh reaction it got. But a Metascore of 54 hasn't killed Bethesda's spirit. In a recent interview with Games Radar, Starfield design director Emil Pagliarulo called the game something of a technical marvel, and in a lot of ways, the best game Bethesda has ever made. Unfortunately, none of those ways are metrics like most enjoyable or fewest loading screens. He likewise stated that Bethesda managed to pull off the biggest, richest space simulation RPG anyone could imagine. Here's a totally unrelated fun fact. The name Pagliarulo actually contains the word liar. Lots to think about. Bloober Team's Silent Hill 2 remake is scheduled to launch next week, but it appears that there are already official physical disc-in-box retail copies of the game circulating. Images of these physical copies have appeared on social media alongside screenshots from parts of the game not yet seen on officially released footage or sanctioned streams. One Reddit poster insinuated that smaller shops are letting people buy early copies, while another poster claimed they ordered their copy from Game, a major UK chain. I think it's pronounced Game, innit?
Please, sir, I want some game.
And now I have to worry about whether or not I should be worried about someone posting spoilers for the unreleased remake of a 23-year-old game.
Will they spoil that it's too accurate or that it's too inaccurate? I don't know.
And Tekken director Katsuhiro Harada revealed that he tried to get KFC's Colonel Harlan Sanders as a guest character in the fighting game franchise. In an interview with The Gamer, Harada stated that he once went to KFC Japan's head office to convince them Tekken could use some Kentucky Fried Kickin'. Unfortunately, Harada was rejected. Yet in the time since, the Colonel has featured in both a dating sim and Funko Fusion, so I don't understand why KFC wouldn't let their mascot join the Tekken franchise and unleash a secret blend of 11 Hertz and slices. And I don't understand why you're not subscribed to Floatplane. It's Riley week this week. In case you're wondering why I'm still wearing this, Sammy has not allowed me to take it off. He's pointing a gun at me right now.
It's a water pistol for YouTube.
There's a Q&A, there's me walking around the building bothering people, and a 20-minute Star Wars rant. That's tomorrow. So subscribe to Floatplane to get all the goodness. If that sounds like goodness to you, maybe it's just normal. Also, more gaming news on Tuesday, so come on back at that time, or I'll send a series of assassins/fast food mascots after you, starting with the Burger King. Will it be me? We'll have to see.